Hello my loves, welcome to my channel. So let's talk locks, okay? So the topic of today is how often should you wash your locks? When I start a client's locks, I always recommend washing the locks every 4 to 6 weeks when they start. Okay, when they're babies, you got to take care of the babies, you got to wash the babies, you got to retwist the babies, you got to get your hair ready to get locked, right? You got to teach your hair that this is what we want it to do. And if you wash your hair every 4 to 6 weeks, this gives it kind of time to just do its own thing. What I tell my clients is that you can't train locks, okay? You cannot train locks. Let me say it again. You cannot train locks. The locks are going to do what they want to do. You cannot have them looking a certain way. They go through a whole process. I tell my clients, I teach them that locks is like pregnancy. Locks get pregnant. You get them twisted, they get pregnant. I can't talk today. They get pregnant means they get budding, and then once they get to the budding stage, they stay pregnant for a little while. Then they get like fuzzy, then they get skinny. Like they expand and then they contract. That's how I explain locks. So they go through a whole process. So pregnancy is like 9 months, right? 10 months if you really want to get technical, it's like 10 months. But it's just the process of it. So I teach my clients that this is basically what your locks go through. It kind of goes through like a whole pregnancy. They're growing up. So then when they get pregnant and then they finally grow up, then they start to go through a process of growing up. So they go through like the teenager phase, then they get to like the young adult phase, and then they become adults. So that's the process of locks. I do recommend washing locks. OMG, sidebar, I'm picking up my daughter from school. I'm off today and I am behind the school bus. So the school bus is stopping a lot. I think I'm still good with time. Yeah, sidebar. So go back. So yes, I always recommend my clients wash their hair, get their locks washed every 4 to 6 weeks, just to give the hair the time to be, leave it be, like let it be. We are like trees. You just water us and take care of us, and we grow. It grows. We are like trees. Our hair is like a tree. It's like a plant. Water it and leave it be. Let it grow. Let it do its own thing. So I have some clients that, I can wash my hair every 2 weeks. No. Again, this is all based on my opinion, my experience, what I've done with my own hair, with my clients' hair. I do not recommend washing your hair every 1-2 weeks. It will dry your hair out. Your hair will be dry and then your hair will break off. I don't recommend every 2 weeks. I recommend at least 4 to 6 weeks. For immature locks, for new babies, the new babies, the immature ones. Now once you graduate, you grow up, then I do recommend washing as often as you would like. So some you don't have to wash as often. You can I technically wash my hair every 2 to 4 weeks because I'm at a mature stage. I've been locked for 14 years and my locks are adults. They're adult like, so I can wash my hair every 2 weeks if I want to. I wash my hair every 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and not do anything to my hair. I can do that. And so in between washing, I do recommend trying witch hazel. So getting some witch hazel on a little cotton ball. If you feel like you have like an itchy patch or just your scalp feels nasty, get you a cotton ball, some witch hazel. Get up there and get into those little parts. And then I talk like I am not a person that oils hair while it's dry. That does not make sense to me. If you get out of the shower after washing your body, you want to put your lotion and your moisturizer on your body when it's wet. Same thing with your hair. You want to moisturize it when it has some wetness to it, dampness. It can't be, if you put oil or grease, no grease for locks though, but if you put oil on your hair, it's just going to sit there. It's not going to seep into your scalp because it's just sitting there. When it's wet, your follicles open up. When you're getting your hair washed, your follicles open. When it dries, they close. So while they're open, that's when you want to moisturize your hair. So that when it dries, the moisturizer is now seeping in with the moisture. Okay? So you moisturize your hair when it's wet. So in between, I always tell people the first 2 weeks, try to leave your hair alone if you get it freshly done. And then by the 3rd week, you can start playing around with it. By the 4th week, just go in because you're going to get it washed anyway. What else? But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else when it comes to washing. I am a person, because conditioners is like a really, really question that everybody asks about conditioners. I do not use conditioners for people who are starting their locks, because conditioner softens the hair. That's not what you want in the beginning. You want your hair to get a little rough, get a little, you don't, locks is nothing but matted, tangled hair. So you want it to get matted and tangled, and it can't do that if you're adding conditioner to it. Now, when locks mature, I do use a water. I use the conditioner, and I mix my conditioners. I have 2 different conditioners that I use. Well, I actually have 3. But I mix my conditioners with distilled water to loosen it up so it doesn't be milky and creamy. I also use a different I use a spray leave-in conditioner. It all really depends on the class, because I have learned everybody has different hair. Everybody don't need the same. You got some people that have loose curl patterns, tight curl patterns. So it really depends on the hair. Some people have dry scalp, some people don't have dry scalp. So I do things based on my client's hair and what they need. I ask the same questions for everybody. Have you been having any itching? Any, has your scalp been flaking? I ask these questions so I get to learn their hair and know their hair. So yes, so that wraps up washing. So 4 to 6 weeks for a wash. I do recommend wash and retwist for the when you're newbies. Once you're mature, you can do whatever you want. Once you're mature, it's like basically growing up and getting out the house. Once you grow up, you can kind of do whatever you want, okay? Kind of do whatever you want. It's the same. So while you're not growing up, you got to have some type of structure, some type of organization. Look at hair the same way. It's very easy. But yeah, so the next video I want to talk about color. I want to talk about color. So that'll be the next video. We're going to talk about color. But yeah, so if you have any questions, any comments, leave me a question, leave me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. If you're looking for a loctician, let's lock up. I'm located in Rosedale, Maryland. Hit me up. I'm taking new clients. I also specialize in lock extensions. I'll do a video on that as well. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.